Hello everyone, my name is Dave. So welcome back to Technical Sunday again. Today, this time it will be the episode 3, right? So we already have 2 recorded videos where we posted on YouTube and in our Telegram channel as well for the rest of the followers that can follow our trades and follow our analysis from time to time. So sorry for the flu, but please bear with me. So let's go on to our top picks for today. Alright, as you can see here on the we can see there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pairs that today I would like to discuss and share with some insight ideas that I'm gonna do it for you guys today before on the market gonna open on the next week. So let's go on to euro dollar as well first. Okay, first we will see on this dollar, euro dollar. Let's look on the weekly chart first. Right, on this weekly time frame, overall we can see there is a price action morning star that already have been occurred last week, where we can see here we have a first bearish candle, second we have a indecision candle, and then the third one we have a bullish candle. So this signal is telling me that reversal is gonna come, might occur, already has been occurred in a smaller time frame. So in here overall we're going to tell us that there at these 3 candles here, this price action over here is telling me that buyers are coming in, right? So the all those big players like banks traders, institution traders, they have already buy at a lower price, where we can see let me show you guys. Right, and over here you can see there is a slightly support over here, which is at this region. I warned you guys on the last 2 weeks on our technical analysis on our first episode. We were looking for a reversal incoming for euro dollar, which already happened for the past 2 weeks. Right, this is where I will say the liquidity provider has been coming in, and the banks trader, institution trader all also have come in to buy at this area. However, for a retail traders like us, right, we anticipate buy position during the inverted head and shoulder, where we can see here there's a left shoulder, head, and the right shoulder. However, previously, right, we were looking for a breakout to have a buy position. Remember, I anticipated earlier because I prefer to have a lower risk when it comes to trading. So I anticipated buy over here, and then price did manage to goes up on last week Monday. From right here, you cannot break the index line. However, the price have one retest on the right shoulder again, which I anticipated again another buy position over here. Took me all the way to the neckline, but I closed earlier right over here due to the market react news that I was also confident on this trade before previously, but it's still very good. After we have a nice consolidation and we have a great manipulation here, which is going to retest on the neckline before pushing even higher. However, I still managed to enter again on euro dollar, which is around at this region. Alright, now we can see that the price already pushed even higher and to create a higher high. Right, we have a first high, not so high, this is just at the neckline, and then we have the first low. And then over here we can see there is a higher high and lower low, and higher and lower low, and so on. So in order for me to anticipate this trade again, another buy position, I wait for Fibonacci retracement. So I'm going to show you how to use it. As we look into a smaller time frame, I always teach to use at the first impulsive candle. So as you can see here, I have already used my Fibonacci, where we can clearly see right over here there is another resistance, which now is a support, right? So there's a lot of trades can be done at this point, right? You can either wait for the price to come back to the support right over here at this region 1.2800 over there, and then you can anticipate it buy a stop loss at 20 to 30 pips. But for me personally, I do not like to rush into trades, right? So I will wait for a lower price to come in, which is at 68 level, 61.8 or 78.6 level, for me to enter a buy position again. So the overall, if you look into the daily time frame, my whole projection, it will be at until 1.14200. That is my initial target for euro dollar. So I have already already break even my trade, and I'm just gonna let it run to see how this euro dollar is gonna come for the upcoming weeks. I still really strong believe that euro dollar is gonna push higher, but before pushing higher, we need to have a small, slightly pullback, right, for the price to even go higher in the future. So let's go for pound dollar. As we explained as well on the last week episode, we were saying that the price was still under a consolidate area, under this triangle pattern that is playing out right now. So when we look at this small time frame, we anticipated buy for pound dollar where the price was around here when we first post our second episode of the Technical Sunday. So what I mentioned, remember, if you look back on our previous video, we will look at price will still consolidated until it break out, right? So it will up down until it have a strongly breakout. Then we can see a huge movement going for the pound dollar. Pound dollar had been trading for about 2 to 3 months under this triangle pattern right here. So if there is any breakout for this movement, it will be a very huge movement for the pound dollar to go even higher or go lower. So if the price managed to break above this downtrend line over here, we can see a high push to at least 200 to 300 pips on the upside. It wouldn't surprise me. So that is a very good potential. Another scenario that is price managed to close below this 1.13 region. If price managed to close below 1.13, I believe the sellers will be coming in. And you can see here the risk reward for this trade is actually really very nice. We can see on this daily time frame, we have so much room for the downside movement here. So I will still do not do any trade for the moment for pound dollar, as I do not like to trade in under the consolidated area. So I'm going to wait for the price to break below 1.13 level for me to come in as a sell level. That's my personal opinion, because pound dollar is too consolidated for quite some time. Right, there's not so unsure movement right now, so I will just leave it. However, this will be still my top picks. Right, pound dollar will still be on my watch list for the upcoming weeks as well. So let's go to USD CHF. As you can see here on the daily time frame, we have our first high, and then we have a low, and then we have another high. So this could be a lower high position right here, right? As price is been trading at around 1.100, 300 to 200 region there. However, I do like this setup right here. As you can see here, when we put a Fibonacci Fib A to Fib B, we can see the Fib C is playing out soon. So if you look into a smaller time frame right here, we can see that the whole movement from here, from the Fib A to Fib B, you can see there is a very strong impulsive move, and now we have a slightly corrective move right over here. So I still believe that USD CHF is going to be a downtrend soon. However, it managed to spike up to 61.8 level, but still closed below back to the 61.8 level. So for right now, I'm gonna anticipate sell this position on the money market, right, to catch the whole next impulsive move to the downside, which I believe it will come in within this week. So As you can see here, there's a huge downside movement is going to become soon. That it will be happening to pound francs. Sorry, not pound franc. USD CHF. So this will be one of my top pick as well for the next next trade. I like this how it's playing out, where we can see the left shoulder, head, and the right shoulder, and then the leg line is just right over here. So this will be a good sell position for USD CHF at the moment. And let's look for the USD JPY. As we can see here on the daily time frame, first we can see a first high, and then we can see a lower low that has been traded in the last 2 weeks. And now we have a strong upside push, right, due to Japanese weaker dollar on the fundamental side. However, I still do believe that USD JPY is going to drop. Why? Because we can see here on the previous chart as well, we can see this 112 level is a very great support resistance. Now which is the resistance, previously was a support at around this area, where we can see a strong impulsive move breaking the 1.12 level, and then now we have a corrective move to the upside, which is at around 112-135 region over there. Okay, so I do believe that this week, the next week, dollar yen will have a great fall, at least to 110 level. So my target for this pair will be at least to this area right here. 110 level. As you can see, we have a psychology level over there. Right, and then for stop loss, I will just put 20 to 30 pip just above 112.200. So I do believe that downside movement is very huge over here. We have a very nice risk reward. So on the money market, I'm going to open a short position. Stop loss just right at 1.112 to 300, sorry. So this will be my stop loss, and then this will be my TP. As you can see here, guys, this is a huge movement. Oops, sorry. Right, we can see stop loss just right above the resistance, and then we have a huge downside movement that which I believe is going to come. We have about 30 pips on the upside for the stop loss, and then we have around 80 pips. No, it's not 80 pips. It's about 200 pips. So the risk reward here is actually quite on my favor for the moment. So this position is definitely I'm gonna anticipate this week as well. So let's go on to AUD JPY. Right, on this AUD JPY, we can see that this daily candle, daily pattern right here, we can see that here is a great resistance have been tested on the previous days. We have multiple tests, and then however on the Friday market last week we have a clean breakout on this pair. So let's look in the smaller time frame, where we can see that price did just ignore on the retest before even go higher. So we can see that price have a strong upside push due to yen's weakness. So what I'm going to wait here is to have a buy position. If the price comes to in my favor, where it's going to retest to this level before going even higher in the future. So for the moment, we will just leave it how AUD JPY going to move for the next week. If I were lucky, if the pair comes down to our tested level, we will anticipate buy for this pair. But for the moment, we already missed out on the breakout because there is no retest at all. So for the moment, I do not have any trade of this AUD JPY. So let's go to our last pair for today. We can see that we have we have a gold on the watch list as well. As usual, like we mentioned on our previous technical video, we mentioned that price was around this region, right? We will mention that on the daily candle we can see there's many rejection on the this zone right here, and then we were saying that gold might have an up push towards to the trend line, where I play out for you guys on the Fibonacci. Okay, we have at around 61.8 correction before coming down again to test one at a time at this great support area right here at 1290 region. So for the moment, I already anticipate the buy, and I already saw this pair as planned out perfectly. We have about 150 pip on the upside and then 150 pip on the downside. So on our account, we managed to catch about 300 pips last week trading, which is a huge success. We have been growing quite well a percentage of our return in our account. So for the moment, for the time being, I would like to see how this gold gonna react for this coming week, whether it's gonna break on the upside or whether it's gonna break on the downside, right? But downside movement is a very huge potential. I mean, the reward is really nice here. 1287. Sorry. So this is a great area of support by 1285. If price managed to close below 1285, I wouldn't hesitate to sell off this pair to have a very good reward right here. We can see price in the past 5 years has been trading around 1100 region to 1350 region. So, but if this pair managed to break on the upside, I wouldn't be surprised as well, because 1350 previously did not manage to hit, just a 60 pips shy away from our initial target. Right, so this 1350 is also one of the potential that is going to might happen in the future as well. So let's wait for the gold to break out for either upside or downside, then we will participate on this trade. So thank you for watching on Technical Sunday. If you do have any question, please do PM us on our private Telegram channel, where we can answer all of your questions and give you more insight ideas on our personal trade as well. Thank you so much.